I was asked if I could do a video showing my choices for all my weapon mods, so today I'm going to be showing you my weapon mod choices for all the current guns available. I'm going to start off with the DLC repeater. Now I'm not going to obviously get into the two standards, only the third final. For the repeater I went with the increased damage to make it an absolute beast at taking out heavies, especially in hard mode, so I can only do an overkill shot, a couple shots and done. Or if I run the sniper with the card, just one overkill headshot. Personally, I prefer more bullets. Now all my choices, just want to say, might not be yours. The increased rate of fire is nice too. I don't generally need to fire that fast. I prefer a couple more bullets so I can take out as many enemies. I can take out 10 enemies or more, and then I can switch to my secondary if I need, or I can reload. Don't really see the need for this, so I went with the larger magazine. This perk or mod is completely broken for all guns, so that's why I don't have it equipped. I tested it with and without. You get 15 both ways, all guns. It's just broken. Maybe when they fix it, might be worth putting on. I would definitely put it on for the repeater because I hate this perk. And I'm not going to go into it with future weapons why I don't pick this perk, just going to say it once. I don't really melee. If I do melee, it's when I'm running through enemies and I'm tackling to get to the other side of them and to another vantage point. And if you do that move, it doesn't ignite enemies. It is worth noting that this gun heats up ridiculously fast. It's a rifle. You only gotta put like one shot on easy and medium. I think maybe a couple on hard. I don't really use this, but it might even be one shot on hard. But within a couple of shots, you're gonna have your next one. So you can ignite an enemy on all guns, fire off a couple shots, and you got your barrels heated up. The barrel does heat up fast for all guns. So that is just worth noting. Now, let's get on to the rest of the guns. Next up, we have the Mosin. Once again, I went with the damage over the increased explosive, even though explosive is nicer than the incendiary. I went with the rechamber time over the reload time, 5 bullets. I want to be able to fire them off and then decide what to do, especially if I'm going in a heavy. I only got 5 shots. I want to take those 5 shots quick. Went with increased health versus, of course. Next up we have the M1, and this one I didn't see the need for the recoil. It's worth noting that I play all my games on the highest sensitivity, and then I usually increase it up to the aggressive and radio settings to true access or radio off. I forget the middle one. That's the fastest one. So I don't really have a problem with recoil. So if you're landing your shots and you don't have a problem with recoil, you don't need a recoil boost, obviously. Now this one I could go either way. I have switched it up. I've played both and I like both. I like the 16 shots and I like the 12 shots with the ability to reload. Sometimes it's a little annoying, and like even if I have 3 bullets or something, I'll just fire them off to get the reload. But I do like both of these. I like larger magazines, but I don't like the fact that I can't reload. But 16 shots, usually I only have to reload once in an encounter, so it's not that bad. Unless it's a real large one, and then I'm really not sweating it anyway because I'm firing through all 16 shots, reloading and firing again. Once again, I took the critical health over. Next up, we have this gun, which is German. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Once again, I went with the damage. This one, I didn't go with the larger magazine. It's the only automatic rifle in the game, so when I do want to have a little bit of fun, throw it on, I'll make it automatic. Then I have the health over the melee. But alternatively, if this is like one of the first guns you're doing, I really wouldn't run it on full auto if it's your primary weapon. Well, yeah, definitely if it's like your first or second weapon, I probably would run it without the full auto. I just did that for fun. Next up, we have the DLC FG42. I have the... No, I'm sorry. I did this video previously and I accidentally muted it. But no, I run the semi-auto on it. This gun is an absolute beast at popping heads with 30 rounds in semi-auto. And occasionally I can put on the scope. It's the perfect sniper rifle for close to mid-range encounters. I'd rather use it for like my mid-range encounters over my rifle. I will switch to it a lot of times over the rifle. For the trench gun, I went with the increased rate of fire, the increased reload time, and the increased damage. Now, I'm not going to really get into why I chose the rate of fire and reload, because I just wanted to fire faster and have more bullets. So, the reason I chose the damage mod over the high-powered slug with the increased accuracy, range, and dismemberment is because the center dot of the circle of your sight, that's pinpoint rifle accuracy. So, as long as you land that shot, this is kind of pointless. You do get a little bit more range. And if you're going for your dismemberment challenge, then yeah, of course, run this. But otherwise, if you're good at landing headshots, this perk or mod right here is really good when you do want to use it against heavies and armored giants. It can put in a lot of damage on the headshot. Next up, we have the Thompson. Thompson, I decided to have a little bit of fun. Increased rate of fire. I'm sorry, that's actually wrong. Drum magazine. And that's... No, that's right. Yeah, I don't think I would put the ammo attachment on, even if I had the choice. It would have to be significant. And I'd really have to see... I do like to just unload this gun. When I play it, I just unload it. I have to see how much I could just straight unload and handle the recoil. Because I do want like a lot of headshots too. I like when I do go full auto like that. Chest to head, then pull it back down. For the MP44, I only really use this to get the mastery because the FG42 is better. But I run basically the same setup, semi-auto, more bullets. And for my last choice, I chose the health on critical hit. I don't really use the scope on the FG42. I mean, if I had a better option for a second one, I would have taken that. And I do consider this a better option. This is actually the first shotgun, that secondary I actually did up, thinking that it was going to be better than the trench gun with the power. Did not realize the trench gun was going to be as powerful as it was when it became mastered. Anyway, I went with the recoil, increased speed, and increased reload speed. I think they're both pretty good. I mean, if I was playing around with this now, I probably would go with the... Oh yeah, I think actually I only put this on because it only has 3 shots. I could fire 3 shots, but now that I have all the guns mastered and I use the trench gun and I'm just having fun with... If I was just gonna have fun with this gun, yeah, I would use this mod right here. But if this is your starting weapon, like, and you don't have the other trench gun, you don't have any other guns, I probably would be a little bit more reserved on ammo. I guess I was doing, last thing I did on this was the mastery challenge. I would probably once again, yeah, I would go with the increased damage. Go for that 3-round headshot. So on to the pistols. We have my favorite, the WEDLEY. This gun is an absolute beast. Greatly increased damage, greatly increased reload speed, and you can look at the difference. It makes a huge difference. Damage, not so much, but still significant. And obviously, I went with the recoil. I mean, I could take this off, and I really haven't taken this off in a while, so it's hard to remember how bad the recoil was with it. I don't recall ever having a problem with the recoil on the gun, though. This I also only used to do the mastery and just finish off the gun. I went with the divine ammo over the scope. A scope on a pistol. I mean, I don't know, not for me. One with the larger magazine over greatly increased the shot range, although I never really tested how much of an increase of a shot range you do get. I mean, I use my pistol really at close range just to pop a couple heads, not really that often for long range to begin with. So, I mean, I would just test this, see how much you like it. I really didn't test this one that much. I like larger magazines and I don't use my pistol long range. And for the last one, I went with the increased accuracy. The 9.6 pistol. Once again, only full auto pistol in the category. Went with a little bit of fun. I played this the entire way through after unlocking the full auto. With the full auto, drum magazine for more ammo. It's great on the burst fire for popping heads. And greatly increased damage output for when I do want to put bullets into something else. It does more damage. Didn't really see the need for the reduced recoil. I mean, even with full auto, burst fire, it's great. 3-round bursts are just dead on point. So, I mean, I went with the damage. And that is my picks for all the current weapons. I hope that helps.